Schultz, your host from Manchester, New Hampshire. The show's coming out of here today, tomorrow, and possibly Wednesday. We'll see how our travel arrangements are and see how everything shakes down. Looks like I'm going to be on MSNBC on Tuesday night on Hardball. Okay, David Bonior, Congressman, great to see you.
Nice to see you, Ed.
What do you make of these polls? Obama 39, Clinton 29, John Edwards at 16. What's the game?
Well, we have some polls that show us in the 20s, but obviously Senator Obama is getting the broad side of Iowa. We did well in Iowa, not well enough. We beat the Clinton machine there, and record turnout, an incredible turnout of 250,000 people. But John Edwards' message on change is different than Barack Obama's message. We're going all the way to the convention, of course, as John Edwards has said yesterday on Stephanopoulos' show this week. And we believe our message is a stronger message, a better message than Senator Obama. We believe that with the entrenched special money interests, we've got to beat them. We just can't sit down and have to deal with it like you try to do.
So it's official that John Edwards, no matter what happens on Super Tuesday here in New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada, whatever, you're going to the show.
We're going to the show, and we're expecting to win. We're very hard. We've only done one state. Senator Obama, I believe, has 17 delegates. We have 15, 16. So this is still a race, and he probably is going to do very well here tomorrow, but we're going to do well as Senator Clinton is in trouble, as you know. She's financially, she believes she's in trouble. Her message is the past, it's the status quo, or the change message is the one that's winning, and she's going to make a decision on what she's going to do, but we believe that people who take the money she has from the special interests, like she has, she's the number one leader in money from the defense industry. She's the number one leader in the lotteries, taking them almost $1 million for these things. We don't never have taken lobbyist money back. And the same thing with health insurance industry, pharmaceutical money, she's taking money from the candidate. When you do that, you can't really affect the change that's needed in the country. And so I think the candidacy is basically doomed.
Former Congressman David Bonior with us here on News and Views. He is also the campaign chairman for John Edwards. How important is it to make sure that your folks know that you're in this for the long haul, that they don't lose their hope, and they don't lose their confidence in John Edwards?
Well, first of all, let me just give you a Marist poll that was done.
You're reading off your BlackBerry.
I am right now. I was just given this.
I like this instant stuff.
Let's see. New Hampshire presidential primary, 36% for Obama, 28% for Clinton, and 22% for John Edwards. So, we had a national poll yesterday, the Rasmussen poll, that showed John Edwards picking up 6 points in 4 days. So we went up from 17 to 23. Hillary Clinton came down from 41 to 35. And Barack Obama was about at 26. So it's a three-way race right now, with obviously us having momentum and Barack Obama and Senator Clinton falling.
How did you feel about John's performance in the debate, which was replayed on CNN after it was aired live on ABC? And the quality of it I thought was great because the number was pared down to 4, but I still feel like there were some candidates that were excluded wrongfully, but life goes on. But it seemed very clear that John Edwards was going after Hillary Clinton on the change issue. Strategic move, or was that spontaneous?
It was spontaneous, and I think you might say that you could analyze it and say it was strategic as well. But I think people need to know that there are two change candidates, and he made that very clear in that debate. I thought he was the most aggressive. I thought he was also the most energized in that debate, and I think he won the debate. Look at all the commentary that surrounded it. I thought he did well. He made the case for why his sense of change is better than Obama's.
David Bonior with us here on News and Views, campaign chairman for John Edwards. How are you going to stop Barack Obama? Going to go negative?
We're just going to make the difference. I mean, first of all, listen, I don't think it's negative when you tell people that Senator Obama tried to do the health care bill in Illinois 4 years ago for universal health care, and then they brought in the insurance industry. They sat down, they cut a deal. Instead of doing a universal deal, they they said, well, we'll make it as a goal. Well, we know what that's all about. What are the build-up? And then they included in another provision putting on a task force to get this done, the insurance industry, and all they do is to stop it from happening. That's what happens in Washington all the time. So that's not the kind of change we need. We need someone like Teddy Roosevelt, Frank FDR, who stood up to these entrenched money interests, monopolies, the corporate interests, and takes them on, beats them with the help of the American people, brings independents and Republicans along, and then you can get your change done. Get it done.
David Bonior, you spent a lot of years in the Congress. Our sources are telling us the Clinton camp is calling super delegates, telling them to hold off, that they're going all the way to Denver. Don't pick anybody yet. What do you make of that? And it could be a brokered convention. What do you make of that?
Well, this race is far from over. I think we're in sort of a panic mode right now because we're in free fall. The national polls as well as the polls in New Hampshire.
But isn't that Bill Clinton pulling out all stops? Calling in some favors?
They're trying to call in their favors, but I don't know that's going to rescue them. She's just on the wrong side of history. She's part of the status quo. She's part of the problem in terms of who supports her, and I think her candidacy is eventually.
And it's the media seem to be picking up on that too. I mean, there was a big publication this morning with her picture on it, and it says yesterday. That's a tough tag to overcome, as just generically speaking, as a candidate. When they label you yesterday, it's tough.
It is, and that's why we have our campaign team with John Edwards. Tomorrow begins today. We're taking this thing today, and every other day forward, we're going to talk about the change. John Edwards was the one who talked about change first. It wasn't Barack Obama, as you know. And he talked about it in a very fundamental way. If you look at the progressive agenda that we put out, it's basically everybody's copied it, and he's put his own spin on it, but it's been John Edwards who's been fighting for fundamental change in healthcare, trade, taxes, and of course, global warming.
Now let me be somewhat more dogmatic about this, if I may, Congressman Bonior. All of these candidates are talking about change. The fact is, do we really believe that the Republicans are going to do something on health care unless they're overwhelmed in the Senate by 60 votes? I mean, the Democrats are going to have to get 60 seats in the Senate before anything gets done on health care, no matter who's president of the United States. You agree with that?
Well, you need to get close to 60. You don't have to get 60 because you can always peel a couple, three over. So I think it's possible with the right person at the top of the ticket to have good victories in the House and the Senate, particularly the Senate, as you correctly pointed out. We need to get to that 56, 57 level. John Edwards at the top of the ticket will get more results in that regard than Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. John Edwards runs better than Obama or Clinton in the key areas of this country, swing states, Michigan, Ohio, Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin. He can win Colorado and New Mexico and Nevada. Those are new up-and-coming states. And, of course, the South. John Edwards is the only candidate of the three that's won in a red state. He beat the Jesse Helms machine. He is our best candidate. The CNN poll a week and a half ago showed him beating the Republicans by larger margins. So if you want a winner next November, you like somebody's progressive agenda, John Edwards is the person to beat.
David, it's been good to get to know you. We'll visit again.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks so much. Congressman David Bonior here on News and Views.